This guy is Doug Band. He used to be Bill Clinton's closest aide. He was his body man during the end of his presidency, and he was also the guy that helped him set up the Clinton Foundation. Doug Band has gone on the record and stated that in 2003, Bill Clinton visited Epstein's Island without him. This is a big deal because for more than a decade, Doug Band was Bill Clinton's shadow. You couldn't access Bill Clinton without getting through Doug Band. Right now, Band is on the outs with the Clintons, but he's still a credible source. And to this day, this fucker right here and his people deny ever being on that island. Bitch, we know where you've been. Did you guys hear? Princess GHISLAINE wants to get out of jail before Christmas if possible. She's got to head over to Little St. James and put up those Christmas decorations. Maxwell asked a judge to schedule a hearing on her forthcoming bail request for December 21st, just 4 days before Christmas. Maxwell's been denied bail in the past because she poses a very substantial flight risk. Maxwell does have French citizenship, so prosecutors are afraid that if she's given bail, she'll hop on a plane to France. France does not extradite their citizens, and it's c'est la vie, we never see her again. Many of you hope she spends the holidays in jail. Don't you worry, GHISLAINE, Santa is gonna deliver you your big ass lump of coal. And try sprucing up the cell. How festive. A media group called ABQ Raw out of New Mexico has reported that they have footage of Epstein alive and well at his ranch in Santa Fe. I'm about to show you that footage that they got. Tell me what you think. If you guys want my honest opinion, to me it's inconclusive. If anything, I don't think it's him. I think it's one of the workers that still work at the ranch. I think Epstein is as dead as a doornail, but until I'm proven wrong, we'll see. I reported not too long ago that the prison where Ghislaine Maxwell is being held isn't treating her so nice. That's of course according to Ghislaine Maxwell and her lawyers. According to Ghislaine and her legal team, she's treated like a terrorist, she's woken up every 15 minutes, and apparently all of that is making her hair fall out. The Federal Bureau of Prisons has come out and defended the treatment of Ghislaine Maxwell. According to them, Maxwell is eating under a normal prison meal schedule. I wonder if those meals are vegan. Apparently they haven't been. The Federal Bureau of Prisons has stated that Maxwell has access to numerous recreational activities, including the use of a computer and a TV. Wait a minute. You're giving this bitch a computer? That's sketch. According to friends that are close to the Clinton family, Bill Clinton is afraid that Hillary Clinton will leave him because of his ties to Epstein's orgy island. I'm sorry, but I think this story's hilarious. Bill's worried that now that Hillary isn't running for any kind of office, she doesn't need him and will divorce him. According to Bill, this whole orgy island thing could be the last straw. Other bits of info regarding the Clintons include that while Hillary was in DC, she had someone spy on Bill who was in New York 24/7. She wanted to know his whereabouts at all times. And apparently their marriage ceased to be a marriage after Chelsea was born. There was no intimacy after that. Not too long ago, I told you guys about the victims fund the Epstein estate set up for people who were abused by Epstein and his minions. If you were abused by Epstein, you could file a claim with the fund and you would be compensated financially. Well, since the fund's inception, it has received over 100 claims. God damn, that's a lot of victims. Or it could be a lot of people trying to cash in. So far, the Epstein estate has paid out more than $30 million to some of the victims. And it doesn't matter if you settled with Epstein in the past, you can still file a claim and still get some money if you're a victim. But goddamn, over 100 claims? Jesus. Jesus, GHISLAINE over here really wants to put up those lights around the temple. Scott Borgerson, former tech CEO and Maxwell's husband, has put up a $30 million bail in an attempt to get her out before Navidad. Borgerson himself has put up $25 million, and the other $5 million have been coughed up by Maxwell's siblings. Borgerson's attempt at trying to get bail for Maxwell confirms that yes, he is indeed married to Ghislaine Maxwell. Oh, this guy must be so lonely. They live together in their $2.4 million oceanfront home in Manchester by the Sea before Maxwell bought a $1 million mansion in New Hampshire. That's where she was arrested in July. Santa, all I want for Christmas is for Ghislaine Maxwell to stay the fucking jail. Virginia Roberts Giuffre claims that she had sexual relations with Prince Andrew in 2001 at Ghislaine Maxwell's apartment. Prince Andrew has denied this up and down, saying that he took his 12-year-old daughter to a pizza place that day. Why is it always gotta be pizza places with this shit? Turns out that the prince's alibi is a bunch of bullshit! Nobody could corroborate that Prince Andrew took his daughter to Pizza Express on March 10th, 2001. It seems he booked himself a home manicure around the time that he supposedly took his daughter to the pizza restaurant. All of this was discovered by the Daily Mail. They also discovered that the bodyguard that was with Prince Andrew on that day is no longer alive, and the bathtub that Virginia Roberts Giuffre claimed that she had sex with Prince Andrew in is in fact too small to have sex in. Hi, I'm sorry about that. Let me clear this up. So, Virginia Roberts Giuffre stated that she had sexual relations with Prince Andrew in a bathtub at Ghislaine Maxwell's apartment in London. Both Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein had stated that the bathtub was too small to have any hanky-panky going on in it. And the Daily Mail found that to be true. The bathtub was too small. This is one of the only aspects of Virginia Roberts Giuffre's story that doesn't add up. It could not add up for several reasons. She could be lying, or she could just be mistaken and be talking about another bathtub in another place. But, yeah. That's the story of the bathtub. Huh? This guy is former Palm Beach County State Attorney Barry Krischer. This fuck is the guy that federal prosecutors say intentionally torpedoed their Epstein case. They say he joined hands with Epstein's defense team to undermine their efforts. The report done by the DOJ on the 2007 Epstein case found that Krischer was both duplicitous and naive. Krischer fucked his own case over by working with Epstein's defense team and by treating all of Epstein's teenage victims like they were prostitutes. This guy built in loopholes into his own case that benefited Epstein, like not focusing on the 14-year-old victims so Epstein didn't have to register as a sex offender in New Mexico. I got the details on Ghislaine Maxwell's $28.5 million bail package, and it's probably gonna make you mad. Alright, so this is what Ghislaine Maxwell's team and her husband are offering up in order to get her out on bail before Christmas. Ghislaine will get a GPS ankle monitor, and she will stay with someone whose name has been withheld. She will also sign waivers of her right to contest extradition from 2 countries where she holds passports, France and the United Kingdom. And last but not least, a team of private security guards will tail her for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In the letter attached to the bail package, Maxwell's husband Scott BORCERSON calls her a lovely person. Along with the bail package, 16 letters written by friends of one Ghislaine Maxwell were sent to a judge extolling her for her character, her intelligence, and her appropriate child care skills. No! All of the names on these letters are redacted, probably because some of them read like this: as far as allowing my own young children and or their friends to visit Maxwell, both before and at any time in the future, the answer is an unequivocal yes. Some of these letters come with bonds. There's one that has a $1.5 million bond on it, and there's another that has a $3 million bond on it. Oh, no way, I'm sorry, it's $3.5 million. God damn. All of these rich people want her out! Jean-Luc Brunel, good friend of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, the head of a modeling agency, and the guy who supplied Epstein with some of his victims, has been arrested in France. Fuck yeah! Brunel was put in handcuffs while attempting to board a flight to Dakar in Senegal. He has been booked in Paris on charges of rape and sexual trafficking. It's been reported that Brunel was close friends with Epstein. He apparently knew Epstein's day-to-day life. He started his modeling agency, MC2, with a $1 million investment that was given to him from Epstein. And he and his models would stay at Epstein's property in Manhattan a lot. Hey man, this is good news. Fuck this guy. Not too long ago, Ghislaine Maxwell's legal team put up a $30 million bail in an attempt to get her out before the holidays. Maxwell's prosecutors have responded to this with, "No bail for you! Come back 1 year!" Yeah, they think Ghislaine shouldn't get bail. Ghislaine's husband, Scott BORCERSON, is the dude that offered up the bail, but the prosecutors have said, hey, why is this guy offering up the bail? Ghislaine is in the process of divorcing him. What? What if Scott BORCERSON found out who Ghislaine Maxwell was last year like we all did? Ghislaine, I've been watching the news and they say that you're a child molester. Oh no, that's not me, Scott. That's GHISLAINE. I'm Ghislaine. The prosecutors in the Virgin Islands have subpoenaed Darren Indyke. Darren Indyke is one of the executors of Epstein's estate. 33 requests were made, including one that read, all video and audio recordings from or of any property owned by or for Jeffrey Epstein or any Epstein entity of Jeffrey Epstein or of any female associated, employed by, or alleged to have been sexually abused by Jeffrey Epstein. Whew! What a mouthful. This subpoena is probably the last one that's going to be issued ahead of the civil trial, which is set to start next year. It's well known that Epstein bugged all of his properties, so I'm sure there is a trove of audio and video recordings. And honestly, I'm scared to see what they find. We got another story here that's gonna make Prince Andy sweat. Oh wait, I just remembered that interview he gave with the BBC. This motherfucker don't sweat. He does like to party though, and apparently he delayed a family vacation to party with his good old pal, Jeff. So this guy told British authorities on April 12th, 2001 that he was gonna go on vacation with his ex-wife and their 2 daughters. They were gonna go to the Bahamas, and he was gonna fly to New York first. While he was in New York, he stayed at Epstein's mansion. When he left New York, he didn't go to the Bahamas, he went to Florida. Guess who has a mansion there as well? And upon leaving Florida, again he didn't go to the Bahamas. Instead, he went to good old Pedophile Island. There are logs and evidence to prove all of this. What a creep. Not too long ago, French authorities nabbed Jean-Luc Brunel. Jean-Luc Brunel was one of Epstein's confidants. On Friday, December 18th, Jean-Luc Brunel was charged with raping girls between the ages of 15 and 18. In the ongoing investigation into Jean-Luc Brunel, French authorities have made statements regarding Prince Andrew. They want to summon the prince because, basically, he and Jean-Luc Brunel might have had the same victims. Virginia Roberts Giuffre did say that she had sexual relations with both men, so it is a possibility. But Prince Andrew won't talk to the FBI. He's definitely not talking to the French, because he's a royal, whatever the fuck that means. The French authorities are asking him to cooperate like he said he would. Talk, you fuck. Court documents not too long ago revealed that Ghislaine Maxwell was in the process of divorcing her husband, Scott Borgerson. This came as a surprise to everybody because everyone was like, this bitch? Married? Huh? Child molester. Well, it seems now we know the reason why she was trying to divorce him. According to Ghislaine Maxwell's legal team, Ghislaine was trying to divorce Scott Borgerson to spare him. You know, because she's a child molester. Cool that she wanted to protect her husband. It's just, you know, she probably should have been protecting all those little girls she was pimping out. You know, just a thought. Maxwell's prosecutors are saying since Ghislaine's divorcing Scott, he can't be a co-signer on her bail. So, let's hope this goes through and Ghislaine Maxwell spends Christmas in a jail cell! You probably saw the title of this video and thought, well, let's talk about it. So Donald Trump, Mr. President right here, has been pardoning a slew of people. He pardoned Paul Manafort, Roger Stone, Jared Kushner's dad, and a whole bunch of war criminals for some reason. Another person people are suspecting Trump could pardon is Ghislaine Maxwell. The two have history together, and if any of it is criminal, by pardoning her, he would be effectively silencing her. She wouldn't have to talk to any authorities if she were absolved of any criminality. I know a lot of you would take offense to this line of thinking, but hey man, it's still 2020. Anything's possible. It would blow my fucking mind if he pardons her straight up. And hey there, Mr. Trump, if you're gonna pardon anybody, pardon these guys. This right here is the deed to Jeffrey Epstein's Palm Beach mansion. This right here is page 2 of the deed. Hee. For those of you that don't know, Jeffrey Epstein's Palm Beach mansion is said to be demolished. Thing is though, Jeffrey Epstein's estate couldn't go ahead with the raising of the mansion because they no longer had the deed to the home. The deed to Jeffrey Epstein's house was being held by a company called Love and Bliss. Love and Bliss was a Christian organization that was run by a couple of 22-year-olds. Yeah, sounds like a shell company to me. In 2019, before his arrest, Epstein turned over ownership of his mansion to these children, more or less. Well, Epstein's estate was able to get the deed back from Love and Bliss, and now they can destroy the mansion. Woo! This is Ghislaine Maxwell's husband, Scott Borgerson. He is the 43-year-old CEO of Cargo Metrics. Well, he used to be the CEO. He actually quit because of his association with Maxwell. He used to be in the military, and he is valued at $100 million. Scott is 14 years younger than Ghislaine Maxwell. That makes sense. Ghislaine Maxwell is a bit of a cradle robber. It's been alleged that Ghislaine Maxwell actually stole Scott from his ex-wife in 2013. Apparently, Scott's ex-wife found a video of him and Maxwell kissing and cuddling. Borgerson and Maxwell kept their relationship hidden for years, until now. Scott, homie, you threw everything away for this? It's a belated Christmas gift for all of us. Ghislaine Maxwell has been denied bail! Woo! Recently, her husband and her siblings put up a $30 million bail, but that shit was struck down by a Manhattan federal judge. What was the reason? You guessed it. She's a motherfucking flight risk. Ghislaine's got citizenship in 2 countries, the UK and France. If she were allowed to be released on bail, she can just bounce to one of those 2 countries and we'd never see her again. So the bitch is gonna greet 2021 in a jail cell. Yes. Ghislaine's trial begins in July 2021, and if she's convicted, she faces up to 35 years in prison. That doesn't seem like it's enough. The last man to share a jail cell with Jeffrey Epstein was Efrain Stone Reyes. Efrain was transferred out of the cell that he shared with Epstein a day before he hung himself. According to Reyes' niece, Epstein was paired with Efrain because Efrain had a broken leg. He was disabled and laid back. According to Efrain, Epstein kept to himself and read a lot. He wasn't a problem starter or too loud. He was a good cellmate. Reyes also said that Epstein was trapped between inmates and cruel correctional officers because they knew he was loaded. Efrain Reyes was found dead in bed of COVID-19 on November 27th at his mother's apartment. He caught coronavirus while in jail.